power, I mean the power, has been with you all along. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Trey Michael, and this is another segment of Applied Consciousness. You guys, I've been getting on my YouTube channel for a while now, attempting to give my perspective of how I beat gang stalking. Why, when I look out of my door, I no longer see the bright lights, the headlights. People are no longer following me, no longer following my family. The harassment has stopped. The torture has ended. Now, on this segment, besides just going and giving you the breakdown by breakdown, I'm going to take you deep inside of the rabbit hole, because so many people have asked so many questions. And this is going to have to be a few segments to get this all out, because this is years of experience that I'm trying to share with you today. But on this segment today, for the targeted individuals out there, or as I like to call them, the powerful individuals, we're going to dive deep inside of the rabbit hole to get a foundation on what's really going on, so that you can have a better understanding instead of scrolling through the internet and getting caught in the web. Let's dive deep into this one, you guys. All right, if you stuck through, let's dive deep. When you look at a tree, you see its fruits. But the tree did not start with the fruit. It started with the root. On this segment, like I said in the beginning, we're going to dive deep inside of the rabbit hole. We're going to dive to the surface of the truth of what's going on. Now, I thought of several ways that I can begin this process of explaining to you why you're being targeted, what's really going on. And I'm going to show you, because I know a lot of you are at the fruits. You know, the fruits are some of the government programs. It's the DEWs. It's the energy beams that you're consumed upon thinking on. It's the torture that you experience every day. But you'll never understand that tree unless you dive deep inside of the roots to understand. So I'm going to start with this. Now, before you became what you consider, and again, I say you consider, because I hate that label that we found on the internet of being a targeted individual. I know a lot of people hold that as a banner of hope, when to me it's a banner of despair, because it's saying that you're an individual that's targeted and there's no way out. But we'll dive into that topic another time. You are a multi-dimensional being, living the human experience. You're not the human, you are the being. And I'm going to explain that a little deeper. If you ever looked on the back of a dollar bill, out of everything that they could have showed you, the 13 original colonies, they could have showed you tons of different pictures. Instead, they showed you a pyramid with the eye that does not touch the body. On the other side of the dollar, on the back of the dollar bill, you see an eagle, which they've told you it's the 13 original colonies for the 13 stars, the 13 arrows and the 13 figs. The 13 are the 13 families. They are the secret societies that you and I always are talking about from the internet or the web. The 13 families are the groups of individuals that control what you call the third dimension. Well, excuse me, what I call the third dimension, and what you perhaps perceive as this reality. If you look at that dollar bill again, if you have one in your hand, pull it out, give you some time to pull it out, take a look. You'll notice that it has arrow, and in the middle of its breastplate, it holds a shield. And it is protecting what you see on the opposite side of the dollar. The pyramid, not completed, because the eye never ascends down or descends down to the full pyramid for completion. Now, I said that to you because the truth is that fundamental principle of the arrows and the shield is to attack and defend anything that attempts for the whole of the pyramid to receive what I call the eye. Some call it the eye of Horus. Some call it the third eye. I call it our first eye. Now, diving into this rabbit hole, I want to first pause and say this to you. If you're not a targeted individual or one who holds that barricade or holds that banner as a targeted individual, you might be watching this video saying, hey, what are these people talking about? I'm talking about a particular group of human beings on this planet that are being forced or being attacked with the arrows to stop them from waking up and their eye opening to see the truth of the illusion. Now, so many different ways that I can go here with it, but I want to first start with this. Before you were what you call a targeted individual, you were what we call a sleep individual. You were a person that lived what you call the regular life. A 9 to 5, pay bills, enjoy some beers or some extracurricular activities with people. And organizations and secret societies eluded your mind. Then one day, out of the blue, I know thousands of people have different reasons why you believe that you were targeted. Mine, I honestly say that there's things that you can perceive as why. We'll dive into that a little deeper though. That's not the point. The point was, once before, reality to you was a regular 9 to 5, family, friends, enjoyment, bad times, good times, and that was it. See, the reason why the mass majority don't believe what you're telling them is because they're asleep. They can't see through the Maya or the illusion. So when you tell them, hey, it's a car out there, or you show them on a video recording, they look at you as if you're crazy. Does that seem familiar to you? What I want to get to you guys is this. One part of you wants to use the old system. It means you want to say that life is just basic and regular, like the people that you're trying to tell that you're targeting believes. They don't believe in police officers and Comcast and AT&T. They don't believe that the daycare worker or the person at the Subway or the person at the Pizza Hut or the cars that pull beside you, they don't want to believe that there's a world inside of this world. So they continue living the regular thing where when you get in a situation, you can pick up and call good old 911, the police who helps you out, you know? That's what people believe in that lower frequency. That's what you used to believe. That's what I used to believe. But after being a targeted individual or holding on to that title or being a person who's being tortured, you start to realize that there's way more than that meets the regular eye. And you begin to start seeing with your third eye because they force you to see it. What's been there all along. You guys, what I'm trying to explain to you is something that's so complex that it's very difficult to express in words. It's better felt. See, I get on here constantly telling you all how to beat gang stalking. And what I continue to hear back, besides those that there are those that have chose to walk the path that I've spoke of, and they're starting to see their freedom bit by bit. I get hit up on Facebook tons of times by those people. They're in my comment sections telling me how beautiful this is for them. But then you have the 90% that want to hold on to believing that the police or documentations or lawyers in a judicial system that was created by the 13 families are going to free you. And that's why I'm speaking to the 90%, are continuously repeating the same cycles of insanity, still experiencing the same thing. If I post this video tonight, when you wake up in the morning, you'll still be experiencing the same thing. And I kept asking myself, how can I, even though I can't do it for you, but how can I get the message across to you so that you can finally see that you're no longer a part of that old system? So this is just my opinion. I mean, you have free will. Do as you choose. I know a lot of you believe that you don't have control of your limbs. I can't believe that they got you to believe that. But I'll say this to you. I'm not here trying to waste my breath. I'm here to give you the truth. Now, the truth might seem crazy, but hey, being gang-stalked seems crazy as well, right? Having people follow just little old you 24/7, that's what the people are calling you crazy. And in return, you're calling me crazy for telling you that the way that you go about to defeat this system, to beat it and get rid of it and be free from it, it's not going to be able to use, it's not going to be by using the same tactics that you use in that regular world. You know, in the regular world, you get up a bunch of lawsuits and you show the government who did it and they're going to end it. That's not the way it works, buddy. Those governments, those people of power, those systems, those lawyers, those are the same people that are placing you into bondage. They have a creed that they have to hold. And that's a part of the New World Order. To become free is to question your reality. And when you begin to question your reality, you'll see just how deep the rabbit hole goes. You'll start to realize that the energies that they're using against an energetic being, which is yourself. But you rather hold on to the belief system, the BS belief systems, that you're human and that there's no way to beat them. Well, yeah, you're right. There is no way to beat them if you're going to use the old tactics from the old world. You know, the record and use your cell phone and call the cops and hope that they're going to save you. I mean, I want you to really think about this for a second. If the system is attacking you, then why do you perceive that you're going to use that same system to free you? Right now, I believe this is like Neo in the Matrix. You can either choose the red pill or the blue pill. You choose the blue pill, you go back to sleep. Torment's not going to stop. You're going to wake up the next morning after that, the next morning after that, and you're going to perceive that you're the victim. You're going to walk around the remainder of your life sad, distraught, miserable. Nothing's ever going to work for you. Or you can begin to start diving into the rabbit hole to see if you can come out the back end. See, on my journey, I crawled so deep down that rabbit hole until I came out of the back end. And when I came out of that back end, I realized that the power had been with me all along. So like I said, I want to go back to the basics of it. The whole objective to this entire torment and torture factor, I know some want to tell you that they're just doing it just because, and I had one guy tell me that I shouldn't tell you that there are other ways to torture you besides just using energetic beams to fry your skull or to burn you from the back. And I'm not saying that you're not experiencing that. But what I'm saying is, in order to take control back, you're going to have to raise your frequency. You're going to have to up your vibration. And I know this sounds crazy. I know, just like they're calling you crazy. See, because I'm not being gang-stalked. You guys, I just want to pause for a moment. I really want to let this seep into your brain. And I know I'm seeming like I'm being a little defensive or a little frustrated. From time to time I am. Because I have other things that I can do. I have 2 businesses that I need to be running. My daughter's not feeling well today, okay? She's got a little temp. I'd rather be in the room with my daughter. But I have an obligation as being a higher dimensional being to the people that are still going through it. See, I made a promise to those gang stalkers out there. I made a promise to the evil cabal. I made a promise to those 13 families that I'm going to be a thorn in your heel. That I will be the one that stands on top of them with my foot over their head when it's all said and done. And when I say they, I'm not speaking of the people that are under their control. I'm speaking of the archons. Ooh, what did he say? See, I can go deep inside this rabbit hole with you. I'm speaking of the reptilians. I'm speaking of the extra dimensional beings that live on lower vibrations, that feed off of your fear. See, I tried my best, you guys, to not take you to that realm because I wanted you to understand the basics, the simple ones. What you think is what you receive. What you focus your energy on the most is what you become. I was trying to the best of my ability to give you the tools so that when you did level up to be able to understand the truth about the archons, vibrational beings that feed off of lower densities. They feed off your fears. When you're riding through the cars and you're angry and your energy's up and you're wishing that you can stop them, they're feeding. They're harvesting your energy. This is what they feed off of. You eat Happy Meals, they eat your energy. Now see, I didn't want to go there because sometimes you can lose people in the deepness of the rabbit hole. I tried my best, and I'm going to still go back to the basics for those that are willing to gradually grow into this topic. But so many people, they dive right into this, from being gang-stalked for a few years to wanting to go into the depths of the internet. They find out about all of this technology, this 5G, to find out what it really is. Is 5G real? Yes, it's a thing that tries to distort your energy to keep your vibrations on a lower pattern. But even that has no power on you when you level up to the 5th dimension. Do you think it's a coincidence that the conscious community, those that are understanding about the third eye, they tell you that what Earth is going through is a transformation into the 5th dimension? Do you not think it's weird that at the same time that the Earth is ascending to the 5th dimension, that the government comes up with 5G frequencies? So you need to correlate the two. So right now, this segment today is for those that just want to be stubborn and hard-headed, and it's okay. A lot of you guys are that. I'm just being frank with you. Again, I don't need this speech. I'm free. Any gang-stalkers, can you step on the walls, do the things that you usually do to targeted individuals? I'm listening. Nothing. Not a peep. It's silent in my home. Got a little cat running around. I'm enjoying my life, baby. I'm manifesting at a rapid pace. I'm creating what I choose to create through my subconscious mind because I've tapped into that higher power. I know what it takes. I go out and I have joy and abundance everywhere I move. I know the process to evolution. But a lot of people so badly want to just get to the top of the mountain without going through the levels of it. So for you, I'll try to meet you at the top of the mountain. I'm not saying that you have the tools to fight it once I explain it to you, but you're being sapped. You're being drained as if a batter. They're using your energetic field. See, you didn't know that you let off electromagnetic fields, and certain things feed off of that. It's kind of like a battery supercharging the alternator to be able to process and run that well-oiled vehicle that you have outside. Everything needs power. You eat food to produce energy. The photosynthesis process comes from energy pushing down from the sun onto the earth, allowing the plants to photosynthesis and create that process of growth. You eat food to maintain your energetic field, and there are beings that live within this planet, in the depths of this planet, and from the external of this planet, and they come on this planet to eat your fear. So when I try to tell you simple things, but I get scoffed at, oh, how dare you tell me I'm a powerful individual? Dude, I'm telling you that so they can quit eating from you. Because the second that they no longer can feast off of your fear, feast off of your tight chest and your anticipation, feast off of you holding the cell phones 24/7, the second that they can quit feasting off of you, that's the second that they're gonna leave. And if you are a warrior of the light, as I am, once they're done feeding, it's hunting time. See, I'm hunting right now. I'm tearing the food from the mouth. I'm prying the food from those lower vibrational mouths. When I get on here and tell you that you're a powerful individual, not a targeted individual. Because once you start to believe that process, once you start to feed into the positive vibrations, the love frequency, they no longer have control. Therefore, they no longer have those happy meals. Their happy meals turn to sad meals. But you want to continue to go down the road of understanding the 5G technology, and then you begin to learn about things like singularity. And then they comment into my segment as if I don't know about singularity, about the human's consciousness. See, in this universe, everything is consciousness. And when they're using these technologies, they're tapping into your consciousness, which is a wavelength or a frequency, depending on the levels of consciousness that you resonate with. And they're controlling you through that frequency. So when you talk about these technologies as if they're something new upon planet Earth, are you crazy? These same technologies that these people are using on you have been around since ancient Egypt days. This technology has been around since the Mayan, which means the illusion. The Mayan civilization, which told you about December the 21st, 2012, they've been told you about these eras and times of coming. What did you think the pyramids in ancient Kemet were from? Kemet, also, if you want to dive deeper into the pyramids, you'll realize that Kemet is the actual name for Egypt. Egypt is a name that came after the Second Punic Wars. But we can dive into that for another topic. I'm not here to have a who knows most battle with you guys, but I'm here to tell you that you need to start at the bottom, at the base of the pyramid. That's where the mass majority of the people are. Stop trying to go to the top of the pyramid. You do not have the tools. You do not have access to that knowing. Not knowledge, because knowledge is knowing over the ledge. But see, knowing is something that's inherently bred into your DNA. And you have to level yourself bit by bit. So start with this if I were you. I will start with understanding vibrations, frequencies, and energy. Nikola Tesla tells you, if you want to understand the cosmos, that's including gang-stalking, that's including systematic torture, you should understand it in the terms of energy, frequencies, and vibrations. Now, if you want to simplify this process, change your perceptions, you change your realities. Have you ever listened to rap music and you feel all hyped up and jigged up? It changed that frequency, actually changed your emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. See, even your emotions are energetic exchanges. Your objective to stop the 13 families, your key to success, if you may, is for you to change your energy patterns from lower density, which is only two energies. There's fear energy and then there's love energy. You know, I had made a video about how love changed my reality, how me and my wife beat gang-stalking through the process of love. Now, I didn't want to get into the scientifical manufactions of how this leveling works, because that's what a lot of you scientists, and I'm being sarcastic when I say it, because I get so irritated when the internet or that net grabs you and just locks you into all of this top knowledge as if you are a Yale and Harvard graduate. Nor am I, but I am a person who has walked the experience and has beat the experience. Remember, a master is one who has failed more times than the student has tried. So yes, if you're watching me today, that means I failed during the process of gang-stalking, or what I call the dark night of the soul, because I understand it's the universe way of forcing me to level myself up to a higher vibration where I have the power. Now, if I lost a lot of people, then let's go back to the basics, to the fundamental roots, to the foundation before we get to building the rooftop. It's simple. Stop focusing on what they're using. That knowledge you'll learn later. Stop focusing on how much power they have or do not have. Focus on your energetic field. Focus on, do you have a love vibration? Do you walk around saying I'm a powerful individual? Or do you walk in, I'm a targeted individual? I've seen so many people even put T.I. by your name. And if this offends you, then so what? It should offend you. I'm here to help you ascend. I'm here to make sure the eye touches the bottom of the pyramid. It connects the mind, body, and soul. See, what they're stopping you from obtaining is your third eye, going into your higher chakras. Because they know that once you get to your higher chakras, the game is over with. Playtime is done. You'll be another person like me on YouTube telling people who are beat down and depressed and sorrow and, oh, woo, the government has so much powers. And then with that same tongue tell everybody on Facebook or on the Facebook groups how you're going to file a petition to the same people who are torturing you. You guys, that's not going to work. I mean, but hey, if that's what you want to spend the remainder of your days doing, living in sorrow and pain and misery, hey, so be it. But if you are one of those powerful individuals, they have children that are tired of living in chaos. They're tired of going to that Walmart, you guys, worrying about these people following them. They're tired of hearing mom and daddy say, there's nothing we can do, poor little me, woo, woo, woo. Because remember, to have power is not weakness. So I'm not talking to a bunch of cowards. I know you have the power. See, if I didn't, I wouldn't waste my time, you guys. I'd rather get on here and not look like a kooky, because that's what the world who doesn't understand these tortures tactics, that's what they're gonna call you. I'd rather get on there and talk about the mirror reflection, how you are experiencing what's really inside of you. I'd rather talk about the laws of one. I'd rather talk about how the cabal or the Illuminati are trying to create singularity through using your Google search engines. And that's why when you say certain things, it pops up an ad on your cell phone. Yeah, I know about the algorithms. I know about artificial intelligence and how it has the super hive brain. I understand how they're trying to take your consciousness and collectively place it into one singular faction. But I also know, since I've been on that level, that all of that doesn't work unless you will it. Because if so, you guys, they'll be in everyone's home right now. If they have that much power, why are they playing parlor games? Why not come through your door? In one moment you say that they're all powerful, but then in the next moment you say that they don't have all power. Make your mind up. Find out what are you gonna do. Find out which course that you want to take. Do you want to be a victim? Is that what makes you happy? Does it makes you happy just to get up there and tell everybody your woes every single day? Tell me solutions. But see, you rather get into my comment section and say BS. You rather get into my comment section and have a negative connotation towards me giving you power. But you thumbs up and big smiley faces for those that tell you, listen, you guys, I found out that the 5G is going to take us all down. They have microns in our brain and it's over with. Then why talk about it? Just go ahead and lay down and die. I mean that literally. Let the dead bury the dead and let the living live amongst the living. I'm alive and I know you still have life in you. That's how you're clicking, that's how you're watching me today, because you're still living. Remember, when you choose to live it in reverse, that means, lay down and die, you're actually doing evil, E-V-I-L. But when you choose to live, it's L-I-V-E. Choose the latter, to live, not to die. The power has been with you all along. Start with your fundamentals. Start with waking up every day saying it feels great to be alive. Say it until your voice cracks. Say it until you choose to believe it. Walk outside and say, I know that what's going to happen today. They're going to target me. It's fine. But I'm going to find my way by making 3 people happy. And after you do a week of making 3 people happy, then make 6 people happy. And after 6, then do 9. And it's funny, I use the numbers 369. It's actually another number that Nikola Tesla will inform you on if you choose to go down that path of empowerment. Or you can go to the other YouTube channels for gang-stalking and targeted individual and let them tell you about their miserable day. But I guarantee you, if you look at their miserable day that they're telling you about today, it's kind of similar to the one before yesterday, right? Or was it the one before that? Or was it the one before that? Or was it the year before that? I start to lose count. Or you can go to my videos. The other people that are trying to give enlightenment to you, trying to wake up the third eye to give the power back to you and your family, so that you can live joyfully without the part of harassment. You know how bad it would feel? And I remember to have my daughter that's in the other room with my wife not feeling well right now and have to worry about the stumping on the roof or going to the CVS to go get some Tylenol and have the buttholes harass you. I know how it feels. I haven't forgotten you guys. That's why I come back repeatedly to assist and help you. Listen, you guys, like I said, this is just part 1 of a sectional part for those that want to go to the fruits instead of going to the roots. Because you're probably already lost in its branches. So I'm going to climb up this tree, which is screaming, cursing, spitting at me, calling me a perp, and all other things. And I'm going to endure that so that I can take you back from the tree if you will it. Because I can lead you to the water, but I can't force you to drink. I'm telling you guys, I live in complete bliss and happiness. When I have low times, I start telling myself that better times are coming. I start planting those seeds and I reap that harvest. And I'm only trying to share with you what assisted me. That's all that this is about, you guys and ladies. And I need to quit saying you guys as if it's only males watching. This is ladies as well. I have love for my human brothers and sisters. You are my familia. You are my family. And I love you. I'm not telling you this to be a butthole. I'm not telling you this to be a perp. And I've never seen of a perp trying to give power to someone. I thought the objective was to make you feel defeated and helpless. Why do you continuously get in my comment section and say I'm a perp when I'm progressing to you love? I'm pushing to you positivity. Have you ever seen a gang stalker go out and say, hey, I want to pay your bills today? Have you seen a gang stalker say, hey, hold your head up, it's going to be over soon? Have you ever heard a gang stalker go out there and tell you, hey, bro, don't worry about it, you're going to make it? Have you ever heard that? So it's insane. It's insane to me. But again, a lot of people are insane, right? Because insanity is doing the same thing, hoping for a different outcome. It's going to the same government that's oppressing you and asking them for help. To me, that's insanity. Listen, you guys, if this is something that helps, positivity, raising that vibration so that you can wake up your third eye by questioning your reality, by choosing to do something different, hoping for a different response. Now that makes sense. If you are one of those people, hit the like button on this right here. Let this go viral. Give some positivity back to the world. Don't just keep sucking it in. Because when you do that, you become like a lower vibrational being. See, the people that gang stalk you and those beings that do that to suck your energy, they could care less about anyone else but themselves. Hit share on this video. Share it to other people so that they can get the experience of power instead of victimhood.